Hey, I'm Nick from Dorman Products, and this is our video on water outlets. The water outlet, also called the neck or the thermostat housing in many cases, is a seemingly straightforward part. It's simply where the coolant exits the engine. However, that part is becoming increasingly complex, as technicians, counter pros, or advanced DIYers can tell you they need frequent service. In days gone by, a steel water neck might occasionally need a gasket from time to time and might be considered during a thermostat replacement. But as long as it wasn't corroded through, it was usually in shape to do its job. On a modern vehicle though, the water outlet may serve many functions. In addition to housing the thermostat, a modern water outlet may serve as a mounting point for a coolant temperature sensor, as well as a bleed port. Thermostats evolved to electronically assisted units, which feature a heated element that melts the wax within a traditional thermostat, allowing the ECM to have more precise control over coolant flow. This gets creature comforts like heat working sooner, as well as enabling the vehicle to get into closed-loop emissions operations faster, allowing cars and trucks to emit fewer pollutants. This added layer of complexity is a pretty important factor to consider when selecting a thermostat. Is a manufacturer able to produce an element and wax motor within the thermostat that will work together, prevent diagnostic trouble codes from being set, and live a long service life? And technology didn't stop there. Temperature management went one step further and moved on to complete control units, whereby electromechanical assemblies are used within the housing to precisely control the flow of coolant to and from the radiator and heater core, changing the system operation even faster than electronically assisted thermostats. In addition to increased emissions control, lower production costs and lightweight also factor in. To help vehicles achieve excellent fuel economy and performance, many parts are now made of polymers, and water outlets are no exception. While lightweight and inexpensive, plastic water outlets can suffer from the hot environment in which they're asked to operate. Literally, boiling coolant flows through them mile after mile, year after year, both taking their toll. Experienced technicians have all seen plastic welded seams that seep, housings that no longer seal due to warping, and molded threaded inserts that pull free when the plastic loses its hold on the insert. If a repair job is a quick one, a polymer replacement can be an acceptable alternative, and we do offer some of those as an economical replacement item. But on some jobs, the labor to access the cooling system is difficult, driving the cost and complexity of the repair up. In these instances, a premium solution, even one that costs more, may actually be a more economical repair. Dorman has identified many parts in a vehicle where polymer parts have proven to have subpar lifespans. We create longer lasting solutions with our OE fixed metal replacement parts. You might be familiar with our complex heater hose assemblies that do away with plastic junctions. We also offer aluminum versions of the oil filter housing in popular applications where failure is imminent. The same belief of strengthening hardworking parts applies here too. Our aluminum housings are top notch. We specify A380 aluminum in our cast units and 6061 aluminum for our extruded pieces. These alloys are almost as light as the polymers they replace, but far stronger and stiffer, meaning they don't yield and warp and ultimately leak. We also make design improvements like the added finning you see here on this housing. This upgrade lends the design stiffness and the ability to shed some more heat than the stock unit. Aluminum, having a significantly higher melting point than most polymers, is less compliant when heat is applied. We have found in our testing that it's more resistant to common automotive chemicals and coolant specifically. Because of this, it's also reasonably inert, chemically inactive, even when exposed to years of coolant flow. Due to the fact that the alloys are so strong, we can machine the housings directly to accept items like bleeders, sensors, and the heating elements used in the electronically assisted housings. Because no inserts are used to create threads, failure due to corrosion or torque application is reduced. In a similar fashion, lips and grooves machined into aluminum are far stronger than they might be in polymer, also helping to eliminate service-related failures. In that same vein, we make thoughtful upgrades on what most would consider relatively minor items. Compare the bleed port and plug we use here on this OE fixed thermostat. Note this is a steel plug interfacing with our metal housing that features a nice big hex, a mechanic's best friend. The OEM design features a plastic bleeder plug in a plastic housing. Corrosion locks these in place, and this horrible cross molded into the plug gets chewed up by an ill-fitting Phillips head screwdriver as soon as the going gets tough. Look to Dorman for innovative upgraded parts that help manage thermal events. It's not just about keeping the car cool anymore. Complex vehicles need to be kept at the appropriate temperature throughout the operation cycle, and when it comes to that, Dorman delivers. We hope you like these improved repair solutions, and remember, if you need anything at all, the Dorman technical support team is always available to help. Thanks for checking out our video on thermostat housings. I'm Nick, and I'll see you next time.